Hello, hi, my name is Jess Marie. Welcome to yesterday's Coffee Grounds, where I talk about things that I've learned over the years, things that I'm going through right now, and maybe one day I will have a nice, consistent little blurb of words to say right at the beginning. But right now, I'm just jacked up on my coffee, and this is the current bruising on my eye. It's not too bad. In the light, it actually looks like pink eyeliner. I think it looks like I just did one eye of makeup, but it's just the way that it goes. So one thing that I mentioned, if you watched my video before this one, I talked about my dark circles, and I used this metaphor when I was sick and I cleaned the toilet and everything, and I felt like a badass. So, and I looked in the mirror and I had no nutrients in me. I was dehydrated, and I looked in the air and I see these two deep dark circles. And I felt like a fighter. I felt like a boxer who just got powed in both my eyes, and I'm still standing. I'm still a fighter. And that has taken me my whole life to get to that point. And it wasn't until that moment, I was maybe like 20, 21, where I just finally accepted that this is a part of me, that I can't conceal it, that I can't hide it. Because I used to put the most ridiculous amount of makeup on. I watched so many YouTube tutorials on how to cover dark circles, tried different creams, tried so many things. And one thing I never considered, because I was a teenager, and unfortunately in school we don't talk about diet and nutrition, how important it is. Sure, we talk about the food pyramid, but the food pyramid doesn't work for everyone, and it's not really information. It's not something we study. It's just like, eat your vegetables, but you shouldn't actually eat too many fruits. Sorry if you hear that, the furnace just turned on. But you shouldn't be eating too many fruits, but you should have a right amount of fruits because of the sugars in them. And it's just like, it's one of those things where it's really complex, and we should actually really be teaching young people about this and how to efficiently spend their money on being able to buy things on sale and freeze things and can things. I don't understand, but I do understand at the same time. But anyway, so diet and nutrition is a big part of where I'm at with my dark circles. And why I think I'm so insecure about it is because, one, kids are assholes. Kids are so mean in high school, where there was this one guy who asked me, it was middle of winter, pale skin, and I was mentally sick. And I had this guy come up to me. I remember exactly where we were. I know exactly who it was, and it's haunted me for years, where he's like, "Jess, do you have cancer or something?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "You just look really sick." And he said it, I say it with concern, but because he was a cuter guy, I was like, oh my gosh, he thinks I'm and in hindsight, 50-50, I was not mentally well. I was not doing well. This was grade 10. I had a really tough year in grade 10. And maybe one day I'll talk about that, but today is not the day. And it really haunted me for years. So I did so many things. I had this Lise Wattier, it was a color wheel, and it was just different kinds of what do you call that stuff? Contour stuff that I used. They were thick. They were really thick, and that's why you use them for contour. I don't think once I ever used this thing for contour. I'd spend $36 to use one color in there and just literally cake it underneath of my eye, blend it out, and then not even highlight anything else. So my under eyes were just bright. They were so bright because I just wanted to mask that, because I didn't understand how to apply makeup properly. I would just literally watch how to cover dark circles on YouTube and nothing else, and not even because if you just do that, it's noticeable. But if you put the white on your chin, on your cupid's bow, and the T-zone, contrast, right? Contrast, so it doesn't look as noticeable. Well, I didn't know that. And over the years also too, I had this one guy I was working with, he's like, "Jess, your under eyes are white." It's and there was another gal, she had done my makeup. She was I worked at a Shoppers Drug Mart with a beauty boutique, and she's like, Jess, I want to do your makeup so bad. So she did my makeup, and I was like, you need to use this color wheel. You need to put this under my eye. And she's using it in the correct way, whereas I'm like, no, my dark circles are still showing. I don't feel comfortable. And it took me so long. Like, there was a long time where I was not comfortable going out in public without makeup on. Now when I wear makeup, I do not feel like myself. I do not recognize that lady when I wear makeup. And one of my jobs, I work in a cidery and I wear makeup there. I don't think people who know me, like most of the people who go in there don't know me outside of work, so they don't know, like, I don't know, I'm kind of a scrub. Like I wore this to baseball last night and like I'm still wearing my hair like this. Like I'm kind of a scrub, but then when I'm there, I'm all polished and I look nice, I look good. But yeah, but I also, like, I do my makeup and I'm like, who is this woman? She is a woman. She is not just a girl, she is a woman. Caffeinated, baby, caffeinated. So it took me a long time to really get over that, and it's just one of the insecurities that I have. I think all of us go through that. We all go through different things with our physical persona that it's like we're not happy with, and we cannot change it. We cannot change it. We can try to hide it. We can try to distract from it. But there's always going to be those things that we all have that we don't like, and that's okay. It's something that I've learned to accept, and now I use as a tool to tell, okay, if my eyes are puffy, is my lymph and blood not flowing the way that it should be? If they are too dark, am I tired, iron deficient, am I nutrient deficient? I now use them, my little dark circles. And they're also too different. You can tell this was something like this, like, look at how different they are. They're not even the same. They're not even the same. That was one thing that always bothered me. I would also edit the shit out of my photos because I was this insecure about it. And you could blame a bunch of things why people are insecure about certain things, but I think it's just a normal thing. Even prior to social media and stuff like that, having a mirror and having that ability to look at yourself and compare yourself to others, it's just natural. It's just human nature until we adapt and grow out of that, of accepting who we are, loving who we are. And it takes time, and it takes longer for some people. Some people, depending on how they're raised, they just accept that, and they maybe only go through a couple months of insecurity. You know, it's different for everybody, but I do believe that we all go through some motion of that, some phase of that. What was I gonna say? Oh, editing my photos. Oh my goodness, I would edit so bad. I would just use the photo corrector tool where you like circle an area and then it like takes a little piece of skin from like the cheek on, in my case, it would just like, so I'd just like have this perfectly smooth under eye, and it was really bad. It was really, really bad, really noticeable. But I would rather that than to have my dark circles at the time. And also another thing, I didn't know how to smile at the time. The reason I know how to smile today, thank you so much to this human being who made fun of me and said that I look like an old lady because I used to smile like this with all the little wrinkles. Homegirl bullied me for this. Homegirl also bullied me. She tried to say that I was undeservingly skinny. And that's a whole other topic of being undeservingly skinny. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm athletic. I play on all the sports teams. I work out. I play competitive softball. Like, fudge off. Go away. Don't tell me. Because I can have, at the time, like this, there was a French vanilla. I got this girl a French vanilla and she would not accept it because it had too many calories in it. Not even because it was bad for you or it was pure sugar, and it destroys the gut, it destroys the gut bacteria, and it blocks, it prevents the mitochondrion from absorbing and producing energy the way that it needs to. Not even for any of those reasons. It was just because it had too many calories, and it's like, I get it, we're 16, but come on, accept my gift. I thought of you. But yeah, she's like, you can have whatever you want and you're just thin. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, fuck off. But that's also, we're talking about insecurities, you know? We're talking about insecurities here, and everybody has different insecurities. And there was also a time where I felt like I was too big. So I don't know, to hear the opposite, it's because I watched Coyote Ugly and I was like, oh, if I was ever one of those girls dancing up on the bar, I'd have to be somebody wearing pants because my thighs are too big. It's like, no, it's because I was athletic that my thighs are too big. Like, that's okay. It's good. It's okay. So anything that people have insecurity wise, like, we all have them. And I appreciate my dark circles now. You know, sometimes I still wish that they weren't there, but you know what? You just lift your head up, baby. Lift your head up. You gotta keep your head up, whoa, so you can let your hair down, hey. So that's what I gotta say about dark circles. You know, you can conceal them. You can do the best that you can, but at the end of the day, the best is just accepting what they are. And you know what? The best thing, my best advice, if you are insecure about dark circles, get a nice pair of glasses. Glasses will cover that stuff up. I say stuff because I'm trying not to say S-H-I-T because I have a small human, so I say stuff. Pick up that stuff. So keep your chin up. It will definitely help. See? Okay. My name is Jess Marie. Thank you so much. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. And have a wonderful day. Bye.